Hello, friends. Well, we have some exciting news to share with you. The book club Babes has striked again, and we have a fabulous book this month. My name is Debbie Catenacci, and I'm with Dare to Be Curious with my co-host
Sherrill, and this is a great book. It is also by Allison Lurie, who is a winner of the Pulitzer Prize, which is something I aspire to, but don't all writers. This is a brilliant book. I have to tell you that it's a great book for women who I totally identified with the heroine, Vinnie, even though she has been married once, she's divorced, but her loneliness, because as a widow, her thoughts, I got into her head so much about the fact that she wasn't sure anyone would ever really love her again after her divorce, and what she finds out about herself. And what was really interesting for me about this book is that the heroine is a total Anglophile. You love England too.
Yes.
And it turns out that Allison Lurie is also an Anglophile. And that was one of the themes of her book, is the fact that when you are transported somewhere else, like her first husband, they were on a sabbatical in London, and that's when she fell in love with England. And it changed her. And she said she has found that when people move, they get a second chance at recreating themselves. And since I've moved 24 times, what does that mean? I've recreated myself 24 times.
Yes, there's many facets to your diamond.
There really is. And she explores these things in Foreign Affairs. It's a brilliant read. And I actually shed my eyes look a little red today. It's because I just finished the book this afternoon, and I shed a few tears.
Yeah.
Because I so identified with her, even though, maybe it's because she wears a size 5 shoe. What do you think?
Not many people do.
I know, but what did you like about the book?
I liked how she described the relationships and how she compared America to London, and how sometimes Americans can be vulgar or loud, and she was talking about the politeness and the manners and mannerisms, and how sometimes the British are a little bit more wanting their privacy, even in a relationship, that sometimes they have separate bedrooms, unlike America. So that was kind of interesting. I mean, she really brings different aspects of a relationship, and she weaves it all through there.
Oh, she does, and the story is about 2 professors who are in the same department. One is a handsome 30-year-old, and then we have our heroine who is 54, I think.
Yes.
And what's it say? Foreign Affairs.
Foreign Affairs
in London, but it is so well done, and to the vulgarity of sometimes Americans. I was at a performance of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and why I was there without children in London, I do not know. And there's a scene in there where they say, well, why can't we just be so-and-so? And they say, oh no, then we wouldn't be Bulgarians, we would be Americans. And of course the audience is laughing, and right in front of us, all around us, of course, are Brits. And they must have known we were Americans because, of our accents, but several of them turned around and kind of said, oh, we're sorry about laughing, but I was laughing my head off because it's a funny play. But yes, and she really gets into the characters, and I think that you'll really feel what they're feeling.
Yes, and there's an actress in there. We're not going to give anything away.
We can't give anything away.
But I liked how she had said in there that she was saying that she's going to take a nap. She's going to, lay down for a little bit. And she talks about in there how, that's a nice way to just socially disengage for the afternoon. And it's acceptable. Where in America, if you say, I'm going to take a nap, people think you're weak, tired, not energetic enough, or sick.
No, it's a wonderful play of manners. And I write Regencies too, so there's a little bit of that feel of the certain manners of the upper crust in England, which we've all seen, of course, on The Queen and Upstairs, Downstairs, and every wonderful British show that we all love. And I love that the actress is part of one of those shows. What is it, Tally Ho
Yeah.
House or Castle or something? So really, there was humor, but there was great pathos in the book.
Yes.
I mean, you don't win a Pulitzer Prize for shabby work.
Right. This is
So
an excellent read.
Absolutely. And we are going to be sharing a little link at the bottom, so you can just click it and you can go buy this book, because you should read this book. It was wonderful. I'm so happy that our Lauren Line, who is a member of our book club babes, who you'll be
Yes.
seeing later tonight, I'm glad she recommended it, because I would have never picked this book up. And that's what book club babes is all about, introducing you to books that you might never have read, but reading them really adds something.
It does.
It does, and this certainly did.
Absolutely. So we're also going to share with you some photos of this evening, maybe little snippets of our conversation.
Yes, for sure, because we want to hear what the other babes have to say,
Yes.
of course. And what else do we always do at the end of our videos?
Well, we're going to ask you to subscribe.
That's right.
Please subscribe and like our videos. And we look forward to seeing you.
And also our newsletter.
Our newsletter.
Don't forget to go to biggerandbiggest.life and
Yeah.
sign up.
Sign up, because then you get the email. Then that will take you to the blog post on our website. And then you can click on there to go straight to the video.
It's just one
Just
a
one
click
away.
away.
Very easy, simple.
Thank you for joining us, and please, this will be a great read. See you soon. Bye. We're so thrilled to be here for our book club babes, and we're asking the leader of this month, Lauren Line, designer in Chicago, Supreme, why did you choose this book?
Well, and it's a bit of a complicated answer, but a good answer, I hope. A friend of mine, Stephanie Dre, had asked me to read Real People, who is another book. That's another book that our author had written.
Allison Lurie.
Allison Lurie, exactly. And I read that, I loved it, and then I didn't think it was book club. It wasn't book clubby enough. I wanted a great book. So I went onto the internet, found this wonderful, beautiful book, Foreign Affairs. I thought that sounds interesting. She had won a Pulitzer Prize in
For this book.
1985 for this book.
Right.
So I figured it has to be pretty darn good. And for me, it was a slow start, but then it gathered energy like a freight train, and it was very eclectic, whimsical, character-driven, and I thought some of the parts were so hilarious and funny, and I loved her writing style. She did not tell us, she showed us, much like Cheryl Bodine does with her writing. So
Oh my gosh.
we'll wait for all of you to read the book. It was a great book, Foreign Affairs, and I think you would love it. And we're here at Marquesa in a restaurant that has international cuisine, and that's why we picked it. So we hope you all enjoy the book.
It was wonderful. I loved it, and thank you for even mentioning me in the same sentence
And Debbie does
Allison.
biscottis, which are international. So we're getting everyone
right.
in this.
Thank you. More
Absolutely.
later.
In addition to having the same size shoe.
Because I think it's where I am in my life. Because Benny is small. She's like me. Same size shoe, which is great. But I immediately identify with her because maybe it is where I am in my life as a widow. Because in year 3, you realize that probably your destiny is to be alone. So I really related to her feelings about that, nobody had really, I have been loved, of course, by my husband of decades and my children, but the idea of the future and what the future would hold, you have to learn to be alone. And then she finds love, and then it's kind of snatched. I don't want to give too much away, but I really sympathize with her. I actually shed tears in the last chapter. I mean, I really, really did, because this is a powerful woman, which I think everybody in the book club and all of our viewers are powerful women. But, there is a sense of loneliness at a certain part. And so that really spoke to me. So maybe that's why. I mean, it has nothing to do with how she looks or the size of her shoe. It's her inner life. Because the book was all about, it's all about your inner life. It's all about your inner life. And I think that's why it won the Pulitzer, because it spoke to so many people and what we all deal with in our inner lives. And this idea
And
of
vulnerability.
See, I felt that she felt resignation.
no, not resignation, never give up, because she did find love.
But I
That
felt
was
in
her
the
story
earlier
arc.
chapters with the dog.
But the dog
I
became
know. He was my favorite.
And the self-pity, that she
He
felt
self-pity, yes.
resigned
Right.
that this was going to be. But at the end of the book, she moved Fido away a little bit and didn't embrace the dog as much as she had.
honey,
before.
her self-pity dog became smaller.
Yes.
Smaller.
Throughout the whole thing. But I did feel at the beginning that she really showed that she resigned